I find it very hard to separate what the US and its NATO allies can do in the present from what their interventions have been in the past. And I'm referring very specifically to US strategies during the Cold War era with the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979, which was followed by policies by successive US administrations. So, from the Carter administration to the Reagan administration, and later on, policies that were aimed at arming and to providing a lot of military support and arms and funds um, to these smaller religious extremist factions in Afghanistan. And this history is very important because there were a lot of moderate voices. And we see that groups like the Taliban, which were small factions, really, extremist factions, that we helped, in a sense, create the situation where these groups could then assume power and become as strong as they are today. And so, in trying to conceptualize what we can do going forward, we need to be very much in acknowledgement of this history and the role that major world powers have played in turning Afghanistan into the ravaged nation that it is now. Added to, it's a very poor country. It already had among the highest maternal and infant mortality rates. Added to that, it has been ravaged by war, and we have spent, more than $2 trillion in this 20-year war. And so going forward, I think there requires to be both a reflection on that history, a sense of moral responsibility for the situation that we have helped create for women's rights in the area. We can think about developmental assistance in terms of food, essential supplies, certainly medical supplies, but certainly not, adding to the militarization in the area, arms. And so some understanding of that history helps us not repeat the mistakes of the past, which is very important.